Hi, everybody. This is Dan Gray. I'm Sensei Enterprises Business Logic Advisor. I'm a family law attorney who practices in Fairfax, Virginia, and I've practiced for 22 years. I make sure that the VADER program reflects current and accurate law with regard to the equitable distribution of property and child support. I've got my friend Mike Moschke here who's going to introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Mike Moschke. I'm the Chief Executive Officer with Sensei Enterprises. I've been with this company for 15 years now, and my staff and myself, we assist VADER with the technical support aspects of the application. So when you run into errors or issues and you need to report them, the emails and phone calls that you submit, myself and the staff are the ones that respond.
And if there's a legal question, I'm always happy to respond in terms of how you use the VADER program to help with your cases. Well, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is log into the VADER website. Fairly straightforward. If you want to use your search engine, I happen to use Google Chrome as my default search engine. Mike, can you use other search engines when you're using this online program?
Yes. The VADER Online website was built to be compatible with all the major, the latest browsers, including Google Chrome, Safari, Mozilla Firefox. But I believe that the programmers and ourselves primarily use Google Chrome to access the VADER Online website.
So again, getting online, fairly straightforward. You just have to type in the web address for VADER Online, which I'm doing now. And you'll see right down here, VADER Online, VADERonline.com. Click on that. VADER is a subscription-based program, and each subscriber will be assigned a discrete username and password. We'll show you how to do that in the admin function a bit later. But for now, just to get on board, I'm going to type in my username, then I'm going to type in my password. And this is the screen that comes up. As you can see, here's my username, my email address, so I know that I'm at the right place. One question that we get more than any other when it comes to VADER Online from our users is, why is VADER Online? As most of you know, VADER started out as an Excel-based program, and it had been using the Excel platform for many years, and now we're online, and the big question is why?
So starting after Microsoft Office 2013, Microsoft in its most recent versions of Office removed the support for Visual Basic macros. And as everyone should be familiar with that use the Excel-based version, the buttons and programming features of VADER relied on those macros. And so when Microsoft removed them from its Excel program, VADER stopped working and essentially became broken. Not for anything that the previous owners and we had done with VADER, but because of the features Microsoft removed from Excel. So at that point in time, it became clear that we could no longer rely on Microsoft Excel to run VADER. It was no longer, and it is not currently, an option. So we had to start planning for the future, and just like with cloud-based services that cater to the legal industry, we moved the product online.
Mike, is there any way that it could have been kept in the sort of the old Excel format when we used to mail out the CDs and different versions?
No, Microsoft essentially killed that platform back with Office 2013, or excuse me, Office 2016 when it released that. Office 2013 was the last version of Excel that VADER worked with without any issues or errors.
There's really no other choice but to put it in a different format.
No, not at this time. And moving it online, just moving it to the cloud just provides a platform that is more flexible than with Excel. As all of the subscribers that used to get the Excel version, we would have to burn them on a disk every time there was an update or a new feature that was added. We have to mail them out to all our users. And that process took could take months to complete. But moving it online and working closely with some local programmers here in the DC metro area to build this website and to migrate all the Excel workbooks and worksheets to the VADER Online website. Now, if there's a new feature or a new request or a bug that needs to be fixed, the programmers can update it and push it out to the website, and that saves us the time and effort from having to mail out several hundred discs to all our subscribers.
Makes sense to me. All right, so here we are at the home page for VADER Online, and you can see that the home page consists of two parts. You've got your VADER Online news here on the right-hand side, and also on the right-hand side, which we'll get to in a minute, is the ability to upload a pre-existing case. On the left-hand side is what we call our dashboard. If you can navigate back to this dashboard, you can get to all the different worksheets and workbooks that you're familiar with. And I should note that the online version is organized in much the same way that the Excel version was organized, meaning that all of the equitable distribution forms are under ED forms. All of the support workbooks are under support. All of our tracking software is under tracking. The income and expense information is under expenses. And then down here, you've got your model text documents, which are still available in Word. When you click that button, they all come over here. And then also you've got the ability to contact VADER or contact Sensei rather, for VADER Online support. So just to kind of go back to where we started, many users probably are logging onto VADER to do a quick calculation of child support, for example, and don't need to create a new case. And when I say create a new case, the way the online version is organized, the idea is that all of your worksheets for your case, for a particular case, are held in one discrete file. That way you don't have to save a bunch of different Excel worksheets for your clients. Each client has a discrete case or case file that's kept online. Mike, can you explain how the save function works and how the information that is input into the online version is stored?
Absolutely. So, like the Excel version of the VADER, when you input your data and save the workbook to your folder directory on your server, your local computer system, to your client folder, with VADER Online, you can do the same. So as you input data after you start a new case, you start to fill out the various workbook and worksheets that you're interested in. When it comes time to log out of VADER and you move on to something else, the application gives you the ability to save your case file. And by doing that, you click on the save or the download your case button, and it actually creates a text file on your local computer system. And when you do that, that text file can be stored or moved to any folder on your local computer or your server that you choose to save it in.
Put some of that into practice. Let's say that you're in your office and you want to run a quick support guideline for a client. You go over to your dashboard and you click on support, which brings you to the custody worksheets that you want. Click on support, and let's say that you just want to run a quick child support guideline. Double click on that, and you'll notice this button right here called Quick Console. Normally, when you're working in VADER, you're going to want to create a file that you can pull up as a save file, make edits to, add to, and store it in the rest of your, wherever you store your electronic files. But for purposes of this discussion, we're going to assume that you just need to run a quick guideline. You hit that quick consult button, and VADER takes you right to the child support guideline worksheet. So now that quick consult button has brought us to the child support guideline worksheet, and hopefully you recognize this worksheet is very similar to the Excel spreadsheet that the online version was created from. From this worksheet, you can toggle to a bunch of different worksheets, but back to our original scenario, if you want to just run a quick guideline, you can do that with the quick consult format. So you would enter in the monthly gross income of each party, as I've done here. Enter the number of children that are at issue. Again, we're running a child support guideline worksheet. And let's assume that the parties have 2 minor children, ages 10 and 11. You enter that information in, and VADER calculates the guideline child support for the children. You've got the ability on this particular worksheet to propose deviations. If you don't want to add any deviations, you just scroll to the bottom of your worksheet, and you can see at the bottom, proposed child support payable to wife by husband on those scenarios is $1,094. While the client is sitting in your office, you want to print out something for the client to take with him or her, you would just go up to the top and hit print. And when you do that, a PDF worksheet is created that you would save. And as you can see, it saves automatically to my downloads folder. Save. And then I'm going to click on the bottom left to bring that up in PDF format. And this is the document that's created. So you can print this out directly from your desktop. Now, Mike, let's say that I want to save this file. How do I do that?
So if you're in a scenario where you want to type in some data, save it, and bring it up later at a later date when you want to pick up working where you left off, what you'll need to do is when you go to the Start a New Case option, you're not going to want to select the Quick Consult, but you're going to actually need to type in the party labels, the case information, and that will create a case for that specific matter for you. And from that, once you do that, you come to the child support guideline and start to type in your data. You will have the option to download case in the upper right-hand corner, and when you click on that, a text file will be saved to your local computer. By default, it puts it in your downloads folder. And that is the text file, an encrypted text file that you will want to, you'll need to upload the next time you log into VADER online. The reason that VADER was designed this way, for security reasons, we do not store the information you type into the forms on the website after you log out. So upon log out, the server doesn't recall any of your data, and the information you input into the forms is contained all within this single encrypted text file.
So Mike, putting that into language that most of us who are not so computer savvy can understand, I just ran some numbers on this particular worksheet, and I come up to the upper right. If I wanted to save this quick consult worksheet, if I wanted to bring it up later, I hit the download case button as I did previously, and it saves the text file as quick consult. Am I right?
Yes.
Where on my computer is this saved?
That's going to be within your downloads folder.
So it's saved basically on my C drive?
Yes.
All right. Now, is there any way for me to read this particular file, this TXT file, if I don't have VADER Online up on my computer?
No. So if you were to double click and open that, which I don't recommend you doing, you're going to see a bunch of random text. It's not going to mean anything to you. And if you attempt to edit or you make any changes to that text file, you're likely going to corrupt it and not be able to open it up within the VADER online website in the future.
So if I were to, for example, open up Word or PDF on my computer right now and click on that particular file, would it come up in any sort of readable format?
No.
The only way to read that file is to go to VADER Online and pull that file up in VADER Online.
Yes. So when you are at the home page, if you were to click on the home page there, this is the landing page when you first log into VADER Online, and the next time you log in and you want to pick up working on that saved client file, that saved case file, you would select the choose file option there in the center of the screen. You would navigate and select the file in your download folder or wherever you had saved it. If you apply the password, you would type it in that box there and you'd click on the upload case.
In the practice, if I wanted to, I could choose file, and I should be able to find my quick consult file right here. Click on that, and when I navigate back, I have to hit upload case. The program is pulling up that text file right here. So again, when I was in the support worksheet, I had entered certain information. I saved it onto my C drive, and then I brought it back up again.
And it's just one thing to note is when you create a case, in this instance or example, we did the quick consult, but if you were to type in the parties' names and apply a password when you create the case, you're going to need to put that password into the password box when you upload it. And just to note, we don't have the ability to recover passwords. So if you forget what you assign the password to that case file, we can't get it for you, and you may not be able to open it up again if you forget.
We showed you how to save a file, how to bring up the previously saved file, how to do a quick consult. Mike, what happens if I don't remember to save my VADER work? What does VADER do?
So there are two sort of fail-safes here so that you don't lose your data that you've spent time inputting into the website. So first, if you walk away from your computer and you forget to log out of VADER, VADER will force your account to log off after a period of inactivity. And if it does that, the website will email you the case file to your address that you registered, and the case file will come in as an attachment. And so just like any email attachment you may receive, you can save it into your case management software or your directory structure of your server or local computer, because now you have it in your email.
So Mike, in this particular example, I'm working on a quick consult file. I walk away from my computer. I'm not using the program. How long before VADER logs me out?
I believe it's 60 minutes.
All right. After an hour of inactivity, I'm logged out of VADER. You're saying that VADER will email this text file to the email address that's associated with the account.
Yes, that's correct.
All right, so when I open up my email, I should see an email from VADER that has an attachment.
Yes.
And I could click on that attachment and save the attachment into my C drive or my firm directory or wherever I want to save it. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. So we've gone over the basics of how the information is stored and retrieved. Let's move on to actually using the worksheets and starting a new case file.